Heyo, welcome back to Law's Lemon. I'm Law, and this week I attempt to try to fix some paint chips on my car, and that's a little foreshadowing for you guys, but hopefully you guys still find it entertaining. As always, please hit that like button if you guys like, and make sure to subscribe because we're super close to hitting 100 subs, which would be a great milestone. Without further ado, let's go. Alright guys, so today's video is inspired by this cool Scratch for All-in-One pen, and as you can see it claims to help and cover up small paint chips and paint imperfections. So today I'm going to be putting it to the test. Opening up the pen packaging, it's pretty much just the pen itself. The pen has three parts to it. It has the little white tip at the front, which is used to scratch up and clear out any rust and prepare the surface for the paint. So as you guys can see, I went with a silver color from GM just because I couldn't find the silver for my 2001 Mercedes E320, which has seen better days. And the front where the clear tip is, if you remove that, you'll get to the silver paint with the paint tip. And right here near the back is where the clear coat is. So in addition to the paint pen, I have also brought out my Meguiar's Ultimate Compound to help hopefully blend in the paint from the pen with the paint from the car, and also a little foam applicator pad which I will use with the compound. So jumping straight into it, you can see here on the hood of the Mercedes there's two little paint chips. One of them is a lot worse than the other. You can see it's kind of dark and rusted out, and the other one has not gone all the way down to the metal, but you can still see a little paint chip there. And so today's goal is to get rid of these paint chips. So the first step that I did was that I washed down the surface with just a little bit of water and a microfiber towel. And this is just to clean up and prep the surface. Of course, you guys can use a clay bar if your car is extra dirty, but seeing that my car isn't too dirty, I just opted for a quick wash. And I'm just going to dry everything off with a microfiber towel. It is really important that you guys clean off the area that you're going to be fixing because you do not want to trap any contaminants within the paint. Now that we got our pen, we're just going to use the tip, which is just almost like a sandpaper. We're going to scratch up and try to remove all the rust from this paint chip right here, as well as get rid of any peeling paint around the edges to prepare the surface so that our new paint can now grab onto what is there. And same thing with the other paint chip. Even though it's not as bad, we're just going to scuff it up a little bit so there's something for the paint to grab onto. When we are done scuffing up our little paint chips, we're going to wipe it down once more to get rid of any of the residue that came off from sanding it. And as you can see, if you unscrew the top, you can see our silver paint right there. However, if you have way smaller dents or paint chips, you can also take off this plastic lid, and there's a very sharp point where you can do some fine precision paint work. For me, I'm going to try out the brush first, and as you can see, I made a mistake right away and I put a giant blob down. So as you can see, this probably is just going to be user error, but it is not looking too hot so far. Moving on, we're just going to let the paint dry. As you can see, I just tapped it a couple times. It took about 20 minutes for the paint to dry, but as soon as the paint was dry, I would come back and use the foam pad as well as the Meguiar's Compound to try to smooth out the paint a little bit and try to combine it with the existing. However, as you can see, this is just not really working out anymore, and it doesn't look like it's blending in at all. I don't know what I've done wrong. If you guys do, let me know in the comments down below, but I decided to just paint over it with some clear coat, and at least I'll be preventing the rust. Alright guys, so now time to look at the results. I honestly do not think that it looks much better than it was before. It could be user error, it very well could be my inaptitude of applying this paint pen, but you guys let me know in the comments down below what I should have done, what I could have done, and if you guys have tried this paint pen product before and if it has worked for you. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed this video, even though it was a fail. Hopefully it was at least entertaining. Anyways, if you guys have not subbed yet, please consider subscribing. We are super close to hitting 100 subs, and that's gonna be such a great mile marker. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time.